I think it changed me for the better. I wouldn't say like my courses and professors changed me for the better, but the people that I've met. That's including you paying. I've definitely built a strong bond with a lot of people.
Hi everyone. So welcome back to our channel, and I'm Ping.
I'm Tina.
I'm Kalina.
I'm TJ.
And today we have another PS video. And so the purpose of our PS series is to have conversations about different and personal experiences throughout people's lives. And today my good friend Mela is here with us. So Mela, go ahead and tell us a fun fact about yourself and your hopes and dreams.
Okay, fun fact. I'm allergic to bananas. And I'm a preemie baby. My hopes and dreams. I guess I hope to just help people who are around me, help the world as much as I can. My dreams is to just inspire people through my art and music and cooking. I like cooking.
So you said art and music. How did you get into art and music?
I would say at a very young age, I've always been very creative. Like ever since I can remember, I always remember always drawing, painting, or whatever. And my mom, she had me as a teenager, so she was 15, and pretty much she is a young artist too. And since I was always with her, my parents were not together. So I grew up mostly with my mom, and she would bring me to these music festivals she was a part of, or she would teach other kids what kind of art style that she does. So I pretty much just took after my mom, and I also grew up going to an art studio right next door to where I used to live, and I would take classes there. And then as I got older, I started working at that art studio. And then with music, I grew up in an urban city, so pretty much spoken word and open mics were always a thing in my community, and I was just always interested in that, and that's kind of how it sparked my interest and how I knew that I was a creative person.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that before, even though I've known
Really?
you so long. Yeah. So I know that when someone decides to create art, you have this personal style. So do you think you found your personal style, or and if you did, how did you decide that this is how I want to make art?
So I think my personal style is kind of like street art and graffiti style, only because like I told you, I grew up going to a music festival with my mom, and it happened annually, and she was a graffiti artist during those times. So during the festival, there would be all these different local artists, all these graffiti artists coming to Minnesota and doing murals and spray painting and teaching kids how to spray paint, teaching kids how to break dance, and just it was a very cool festival. So I just always found an interest in graffiti, and I think that the society we live in now, they see graffiti as something that's bad, and it's vandalism and stuff like that. But honestly, if you use it right and you make something that spreads a greater message to the community, it can be seen as good. So I personally think for me, that's my strongest style of art is just graffiti and urban art, and just whatever kind of expression that I use in my art is to pretty much voice my opinion without using my voice, pretty much.
Do you have a favorite graffiti artist?
Personally, I don't. It used to be a Lady Pink. She is a local artist, or like I, it was Lady Pink because I pretty much like grew up around her,
Oh,
and she's also an actress,
cool.
and she's in the movie Wild Style, and it's pretty much based off of Wild Style graffiti. You guys are probably not familiar with it, but
It's
Wild
okay.
Style is
This
like
is
a
great.
type of like graffiti type of technique.
Oh, wow. I feel like
Interesting.
I want to check it out.
Yeah, me too.
How many different styles are there then? If there's, yeah, like what you said, there's wild style, but how many other styles are there?
I wouldn't. I actually don't know how many other styles there are, but graffiti. There's so many like different techniques that like you can do it whatever with it. Like there's no margins around it. You just like it's just your own art, pretty
Hmm,
much.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of going back to music, what's your type of music or style of music?
Like what do I listen to, or like what do I
Yeah,
like?
like rap or singing or regular singing or opera or whatever.
Well, I listen to everything for my music type, but if it's like if I'm creating something, I usually do like spoken word poetry or like rap or singing.
Show us.
Show you guys.
You should show us.
Okay.
So snip it if you're comfortable.
Later or in the call.
You can do
Mm-mm.
okay, okay. So you mentioned that you do create your own songs. How would you describe your songwriting process?
uh so I'll be honest, each time I write a song or have like something in mind, I think most of the times when I do like come up with a song is when I'm most stressed out or when I'm most
Wow.
like feeling a lot of stress and just like thinking about too much things, or like just a lot just goes into my head, like because I would say like my upbringing was pretty hard, so like I just have a lot of anxiety. So whenever I feel very stressed out, sometimes there's no way for me to talk about it, or like I can't do my art right. So I have to like write it down and like make a song out of it. So pretty much I just how the process of making a song for myself, I just like start either making a beat, or I find a beat that I can get into the groove with, and then I just start writing. And it sometimes like I would just write all night, and the song would be done like by the morning. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Talent.
True talent.
How do you like make your own beats though? Like, cause yeah, I'm kind of curious about how like you do that.
So I have a beat maker, and I also have like a electric drum, and then I just like connect it to my computer. But there's also like free beats out there, or like producers I can find. Yeah, because making beats like sometimes it can be kind of like time consuming to come up. Well, like in for me.
Do you see like yourself making music in the future for as like a career in a way, or do you just find it to kind of share your thoughts with the world?
Uh, so I used to like want to be big in music and all that. I um, but I don't know. I don't know yet. Um, I guess like I just see it as a hobby for right now, and just like want to express myself to people, and hopefully my message comes across, and like hopefully it speaks to them and I guess give them like motivation and inspiration. um I'm still learning how to be more confident in it, because when I was like back in the day, I used to be in a rap group with these certain people, but I got made fun of because I was Asian and a female.
Oh.
So like every time I wrote a song or whatever, or a bar down for rapping, like they just kind of made fun of me and like didn't believe that I wrote that down because they thought that Asian people could not do this, you know? So it just like put me down, and then I stopped myself. Like I pretty much didn't have any confidence in writing anymore, and I like stopped going to open mics. And then yeah, I feel like I think I got back into it probably a couple years ago. I started writing again, and then probably like a year and a half ago is when I started posting like publicly like my stuff, because I was like, okay, I know that God gave me this gift, so I need to like be confident about this and just not be afraid of what people think about me. So yeah.
Did you release your songs like on Spotify or your own page or YouTube?
No, they're just on YouTube and Facebook. Yeah.
Like we're gonna go look it up
Yeah,
after.
Or do you want
can
us
we
to
go?
link a link
You
down?
want to? Yeah, you want to put in a plug? We can plug you. What's you? I kind of want to go listen to these.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll not all of them are on the YouTube, but I'll definitely give you guys like the links. Or I'll give
Yeah.
it to you page.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys know this about Mela, but she's a graphic design major. So Mela, do you want to kind of share kind of like your journey through college as a graphic design major? Because it's not, you could say it's not as common and it's not really a major that you would see. So is there anything that was difficult about it, or anything that was very rewarding being a graphic design major?
I would say some of the struggles that I faced during college in my graphic design courses were learning how to design digitally, because I'm more of an illustrator. I'm more hands-on, like with the pencil or painting. So like trying to do art on a computer, like translating that art on a computer was really hard to learn at first. Like it just felt very, I wouldn't say, let's see, it felt artificial in a way. So just starting off, it was like riding a bike all over again. Like I didn't know how to use these Adobe software or whatever. I didn't know how to use Photoshop. It was just like, it was very frustrating. And on top of that, I also struggled with like professors, because I felt like they favored a lot of the other students, because in our campus, like the School of Fine Arts was a very small department. And I felt like the students and the teachers, everybody knew everybody. It was a very small department. And it was a predominantly like white community. So I only had like a couple colored people in my classes. And I just felt like the white kids were kind of the favored ones in a way. Um, so that was kind of hard, because I just felt like an outsider a lot of the times. And even when I would try to ask for help from certain professors, they wouldn't really offer that help. Like they would say in class that their doors are always open and stuff like that. But I've had professors cancel their appointments on me, like even if I needed help. So it was kind of difficult. And I just pretty much learned from YouTube and other students. I honestly felt like a lot of the professors didn't help me at all. with my learning in graphic design. It was just all very self-taught, and um, it was still over.
I had a brother that went to the same school you did. And one of his professors he like disappeared, and so they didn't have class for like half of the semester. And so when he finally came back, he was like, "Oh, I have to give you guys a final grade, or else like you guys are all gonna fail." And so he literally asked each student, "Okay, what do you think you deserve in this class?" And my brother was like, "A B," but in reality, he deserved like a C or D. And so, but he gave him a B, and so he passed with the B. So yeah, I feel like not just the professors at your school, but like a lot of professors they need to like change careers or something, because like if you're a professor, you're supposed to help your students to be better.
Right, right. And I think the one thing I wish they would have taught me more is to like how to,
Yeah,
I
just
guess
go for it.
like they didn't really teach a lot of what designers should be teaching, because once I graduated college and worked with like a few clients, like they started asking these questions that I was never taught in school, because our professors, like, I don't know, they all we did was like make posters, and pretty much we just focused on social justice. And social justice is very important, but I feel like there's just certain projects that we should have touched more, like more on, like mocking up a website. I felt like we did have courses. I don't know, they didn't really teach us pretty much.
So it's like your professors didn't cover the entire spectrum of what
Yeah, like
graphic designing actually
I
is.
felt like we focused on things that weren't, we focused more of our time on things that weren't going to really help us in the long run.
Mm.
Like I wish we would have worked more on coding. And there was like a project that, or there was, I remember taking this course where we were making our own font, and we only had 2 weeks to perfect the font. And like if you think about that realistically, like if you're making a font, that should take a year process, because if you're trying to perfect like a font, it should be like, I feel like keep you have to like have different versions of them before you final.
I feel like this is like a side of graphic design I've like never heard of before, because I feel like when I hear graphic design, I think of like what you say you've learned in school on like posters and stuff, not of like getting to like the fine like details of like making a font or like trying to like create like a website.
Yeah, I mean they would give us these time frames that weren't realistic. Like we would be assigned to make a certain website that should take almost a year, or like at least the whole semester, but they would only give us like a few weeks, a couple weeks, and then move on to the next project. And like I guess for us students it was very exhausting, because we had like 3 4 other studio art classes, so there was, on top of like one project, there's like 4 other projects. And that's the thing I feel people don't understand about graphic designers, is that like they think our work is so easy because we don't have to study, we don't have a lot of exams, but they don't think about the type of design we have to do and how time consuming it is. Like we don't really get to know.
Oh, okay. Um, so then, even though this was like a struggle for you, did you decide on graphic design because you grew up with like a music, or with a heart for music and a heart for art?
Okay, so I'll be completely honest with you guys. I didn't think I would even go into graphic design. I wanted to, go to school in California, and work in fine arts and all that, or go to MCAD, which is a school in Minneapolis, or any other art school. But the fact that like out of state tuition is so expensive, I wasn't able to leave. And on top of that, like I wanted to go to the art school in the cities, like in Minneapolis, but just like my home life was very difficult. You know, my mom is a single parent, and plus she has my younger brother as well. And growing up, like my brother is 12 years younger than me, so pretty much I'm the second parent to him, and him and my mom were kind of like my responsibility. So I felt like if I stayed in the cities and went to college, I probably wouldn't be able to like focus on myself because I would have to cater to my mom and my brother. And we were homeless. We were living in like a shelter, so I wanted to like leave. And that's why I picked Duluth, is because like it's not too far from home, but at the same time, like it's close enough where I can visit every weekend. um, but Duluth was like a really good choice for me because, you know, I think I was able to finally grow as my own person and have that freedom and just really discover myself as a person. Yeah. But I mean, graphic design is still a very good skill. It's a very competitive field, but it's also like there's a wide variety in graphic.
Do you think everything that you kind of went through in college with not only having things you had to kind of take care of back at home, and then your negative experiences in the major itself with the professors and all that, do you think that your college journey changed you as a person?
I think it changed me for the better. I wouldn't say like my courses and professors changed me for the better, but the people that I've met. That's including you, Paying. I've definitely built a strong a lot of people at UMD, especially since they have like a multicultural center. I think a lot of people like became so close in that club. There's different clubs and a lot of us know each other. So it's pretty much like a family, and I feel like I learn a lot from the different people that I have met up here. And I've also learned like not, yeah.
Do you have a favorite college memory?
I'll just speak in general, I guess. I think my freshman year was like one of the best years because I felt just so free and so new. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to explore everything. And I was like going to parties and just like, I don't know. It was a new environment. So that's what I miss the most, is like my freshman year. If I could go back, I probably wouldn't have taken school so serious, because I took school like very serious, and plus I jumped into a relationship that year, so I kind of like drifted away from some friends that I made. But other than that,
Do you think coming into college, like, do you think college is what you expected it to be? Because you hear from so many people, it's such a big thing in someone's life. And after graduating college, do you think that's something you would have thought would have happened?
I think college was what I expected.
What did you expect?
Just like finally having the independency and like you know, being on my own, and then also like uh different like clubs and frats or sororities or whatever, and just like I don't know if I would ever do college again, though. It was stressful. It was really stressful. It was really stressful. And I honestly think like college, it's good for the experience with meeting people. And this is my opinion. Like I think it's a good experience to meet people and connect and build like friendship, and network. But with school, like I think it's so expensive, and I honestly did not learn a lot from college. I remember a lot of my time in my classes. It was only mostly the memories I had with the people. So I would say like the most stuff that I learned is like from the people, self-taught stuff, and then just like looking up things on YouTube. Because I feel like, I mean, I guess it all depends on the type of professors that is teaching you. It's all on the professor, but um,
So how did you and Paying meet then?
Oh my gosh, I always talk about this. Okay, so our college had this thing. Oh, sorry, did you want to tell it?
no, you.
Okay, I just took time thinking about
Okay,
it.
Paying, how did you meet Mela?
What I didn't know at the time was that, okay, so when I actually knew Mila, like her face, her name, all that, I realized that I actually met her a few weeks earlier. And then I asked her, so basically what happened was, our college, we have a thing where it's called Welcome Week, where all the incoming students, so it could be like transfer students, people that just started, so like first year students, they come in a week earlier, and then there's all these like events, programs that whole week for them to kind of just get to know each other, get familiar with campus. And so there was this thing called the Scramble, which is basically everybody is on the football field, and then you just randomly go up to two people, so there's a group of three, and then you just make each other do things. It's kind of like a dare. So Mila was actually in my group. So Mila told the other girl, I think, to just go take pictures with random people. And she looked at me and she was like, go do 25 push-ups in the middle of the field. And I was like, what? So I'm just there doing push-ups. And I was like, who does this girl think she is making me do push-ups?
Oh
I
my
didn't
God.
know it was Mila until a few weeks later when we were talking to each other. I was like, you look familiar and stuff like that. So that's basically how we met. And then yeah, we got close through a Christian, what's it called, Christian retreat at the
Yeah.
end of the school year. Yeah, that's when we started to get really close. Yeah, but I don't know how you remember it, but
No, that's how I remember it.
yeah.
I can just see Paying like, who does she think she is?
Yeah, crazy.
So then, did you guys dorm?
We just had like mutual friends.
Oh, okay.
I think we didn't really start hanging out all the time until our junior year.
Yeah, it took us a few years to actually like hang out
Yeah,
every
like
week and
I
stuff.
knew her. I knew about her. Like, we had mutual friends, but we didn't really like hang out till junior year.
Yeah.
Like, what was your, like, I guess, like, your first impression of Paying? Since you made her do push-ups.
I don't know. I don't know what my first impression was. I kind of wondered what Asian she was. What kind of Asian was she? I
Like,
was
what
like,
are
this Asian
you?
has really big eyes.
Yeah.
So then, did you ask her, or did you just find out with someone else or a mutual friend?
I think I just found out from her like her last name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's usually the thing that does it. That helps you.
I remember Mila, I think she had on like these hoop earrings, and she had like a undercut and super long hair. And I was like, dang, this girl's kind of scary.
You thought I was Mexican.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't know, I've never kind of seen someone as like give off such a like BA vibe, you know? I don't don't know. Like she just looked like she was so confident. Like just okay, I'm just gonna listen to her. Like 25 push-ups. Yeah, I can do that for her. I don't know. I don't know. When I saw Mela, I was like, she's a cool girl.
Is there any more
So
questions?
yeah, so then what I guess you kind of answered it already, but what are a few things that you would take away from the past few years? Like things that you would actually take.
I dealt with a lot of mental health issues in the past few years. Like a lot. From here on out, as I grow older, I want to like just remember to train my mind to stay positive. And I also felt like I never really gave myself a lot of credit because I know that I do try my best to just stay healthy and really like have my mindset be in a healthy state. But I think that life is just so short that like I think the experiences that I've had in life, and then plus the experiences I've had in the past few years with even like my past relationship, like I can grow from that and just learn from it. And even though a lot of things have affected me in the last few years, I don't want it to have a negative impact on myself. Like I want to turn it around and do something good about it, which is why I write music, which is why like I express the way I do on like my artwork. So from here on out, like if I ever experience anything traumatic in life, I want to try to see the light that's behind it and how I can change it around to be something good, something positive, something I can build off of. Because I think that a lot of the consequences that people have in their life, like if they learn from them, I think it just kind of makes them, it builds them, builds up their character. And you kind of just like, it's just, if you didn't go through certain things in life, like you wouldn't be the person that you are. No matter how cliche it sounds, it's pretty true. So yeah, I guess that's what I would say.
Nice. Yeah, that definitely shouldn't be. I don't think it should be a cliche because there's a lot of truth in that. But thank you.
Yeah.
So then, what advice would you give to students going into college or are currently in college right now?
For people who are in college or going into college or thinking about college, I would say like try not to feel so pressured. There's going to be so many people, family, friends pressuring you about college, like, oh, what are you going to get into? What are you going to do after college? Like even yourself, you're going to like have these thoughts like, oh my gosh, am I going to pass this exam? Like, what am I going to do afterwards? Like, I would tell yourself, like, try not to be pressured because it's not worth it. It's not worth your brain power. And it's just like college is not everything. After graduation, like, I did not think about what life was gonna, like, how life was gonna play out after college. Like, but college is definitely not everything. It's a goal, it's a milestone, and you're definitely going to learn a lot of experiences and meet new people, but it's not everything. And there's going to be a lot of other things to life than just education.
Okay. All right. Well, everyone, thanks for watching. Thank you, Mela, for joining us and being part of our series. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to give this video a like, leave a comment down below, and tell us what you thought. Remember to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you get updated on our videos every week. If Mila's okay with it, we'll connect her stuff down in the description box below. You can check her stuff out. If you have a portfolio, you can probably give us that too. Yeah, don't forget to also follow us on Instagram and Facebook. And until then, we will see you all in the next video. Bye.